Hello, 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 everyone. Thanks for making some time today on this beautiful Wednesday. It's foggy and chilly here in Ashland, Oregon. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself for those of you that don't know me. My name is Dr. Erin Pollinger. I am sitting here in my temple space at our retreat center that I've created here in Ashland, Oregon, Southern Oregon, right on the border of California. I moved between here and Costa Rica, where I have another retreat center called Tierra Sagrada de Costa Rica. It's really my biggest passion is creating spaces where people can come and gather and be in community and heal and do the deep work together. I'm a chiropractor of 26 years, been working on helping people reorganize their nervous system and their spine and their energy and their frequency and vibration for 26 years. It's a big part of my soul's calling. I run retreats around feminine powered leadership at the center here in Ashland and in Costa Rica, really helping women get into their bodies, into their pleasure, into their power, so they can rise up in leadership. I'm a mama of a beautiful 25-year-old girl who's graduating nursing school this weekend. And what else do I want to say? I am a top earner in this industry of network marketing. The last company I built with Austin and Annette, who's also here today, as well as several other people that are here today as well. He really swooped me up. That was my first network marketing experience and adventure. And he really swooped me up and taught me so much about this industry and became a top earner in that company and pretty quickly rose to be a seven-figure earner in the industry, which I feel so blessed because I really have felt and seen the power of this industry of network marketing and how it has the potential to so radically transform people's lives, just like it did mine. I mean, this industry really changed everything in my life for me. So I'm so grateful for Austin for his leadership. I'm so grateful to all of you here who've said yes to this extraordinary adventure and to this industry that really has such deep power to truly change lives. So thank you all for being here today. I've got my wing women. I've got Meredith here, I'm so excited just to be, on this journey with her, and Annette. We'll be introducing them throughout the call. They are just two incredible women that, we're all on this leadership team together, and just so delighted to just be in their field and their mastery and their wisdom and everything that they bring. So yesterday, I said, come on, ladies, come on the call with me. Let's do this. Let's do it together. I'd love the support. And so here we are. So thanks for showing up today. And today's training is going to be on intention setting and intention activation. And this really, to me, is everything. It is the baseline and the ground, right? The foundation of everything that we will or will not create throughout our adventure and our journey here within NABA. And I know all of you here on the call are affiliates, so you've all chosen to build teams and to really activate and do this. Maybe on different levels. Some of you want to go full out and really go to the moon with this. And some of you just want to earn a little extra income. However you come, whatever your intention is, it's worthy, it's sacred, it is valuable, and we are cheering you on no matter what your intention is here. But intention is so important because it creates the signal, right? It creates the energetic signal that you're putting out, and it also creates what you're drawing in. And so we're going to start, and this is going to be a really interactive Zoom. So hopefully you're not driving, hopefully you're not doing other things, multitasking, because I'm going to be asking you all to play full out here, because we're going to be setting our intentions here together. We're going to be really taking some moments to think about them, to write them out in the chat, and to witness them. Because what I know about intention is it's one thing to think it. It's a whole nother thing to write it. It's a whole nother thing to speak it out loud, and it's a whole nother thing to have it be witnessed. So we're here as a community to do all of that together today. So starting with intention, we're going to go through a few different versions of our intention around NABA. And the first level of intention is our bigger kind of overarching intention of why we are here. Why are you here in this community? Why have you said yes? And what is your overarching intention? And I'll speak about this for a minute from my point of view. So my intention, and I've written this out, and this is what I focus on every day, because this is the big picture, big vision, most energized intention for me. And so I'm just going to read it and then explain why I created it to be that, to kind of give you some inspiration. So my intention is to serve through NABA by supporting our community in elevating their health, wealth, energy, and freedom, while allowing myself to receive the same expansion, along with the income that sustains the beautiful spaces that I've created where people come to heal, awaken, and rise. And you can see it's a combination of giving and receiving, reciprocity, right? Reciprocity. We are giving here and we are receiving. So the intention is always to me about service, right? If we make the intention only about me, I'm here to make $1 million, right? There's not a lot of energy there. It's like we're always here to first give. What are we giving? And Napoleon Hill talks about this in his book, Think and Grow Rich, around his money mantra, right? The first part is, what are you giving in order to receive, right? So I'm here. My intention is to serve through NABA by supporting our community, right? And elevating their health, wealth, energy, and freedom while allowing myself to receive the same, right? And the centers, the retreat centers for me are my big why, creating these spaces where people can come and heal and pray and play and dance and cry and feel and all the things that we do in community to wake up and rise. So I added that in because that's a huge why for me. So in this first level of intention setting, I'd love for you all to write in the chat, and this will be refined. Even some key words, but what is your overall intention? I'd love to hear some in the chat, and we can take a minute or two, right? So even just take a moment to kind of check in with yourself. What are you giving? And what are you receiving? What is your overarching intention here? Meredith says intention to activate at our perfect rhythm. Good. I see a few of you are driving and multitasking. All good. This I didn't start record, did I? Oh, yes, I did. Good. Okay. So if you're driving, all good. Just when you're home, you can go through this process. I see Annette is composing, and this takes a moment, right? We're not just doing this. Meredith wrote something really beautiful today in our WhatsApp group. This doesn't come from urgency, right? This isn't like oh my God, I have to create my intention, right? This is the beginning of a process that takes time and awareness, actually. So this doesn't have to be your final draft, but really wanting to support you right now to have some moments, Joanna Perez, to change my life and to change the lives of others, to be able to be in my creative healing role and to serve others in whole body health, to be used as the instrument to share this community and all of these products to build a team of people who want the same, to expand my wellness clinic to full-time, fully operational business, which brings financial freedom, freedom of time, freedom of creation. Beautiful. Yes, 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 Joanna. Gorgeous. Rita, giving, helping, growing in every level, physically, emotionally, financially. Beautiful, Rita. I love that. Amanda, to help others heal body, mind, and soul. Love that, Amanda. And guess what? You get to receive here. So I'd love to support you to add, what are you receiving as well? right? It's like, this is reciprocity. We're not just giving. We're service heart-based leaders. That's what I know about the people that are here. But guess what? We also get to receive. And it's also okay to have in your intention, I want to make a shit ton of money. That's all good. And it's actually welcome, right? I welcome you all to, in your intention, say, I receive money. I am receiving money in abundance, right? But why? Why do you want the money in abundance? Right? Put that in your statement. What's the thing that the money is going to drive that your soul is so hungry for? That's the key. It's not just the money for the money's sake, but the money is just the energy that's going to drive the soul mission. This is where the juice is created. This is where your energy is created. So Annette says, I am here to gather in community the opportunity to support myself and my family, to support others in their healing journey, focused on women suffering from breast implant illness, but also people who need support both pre and post surgery, total body wellness and recovery. Amazing. Love, love, love it. Meredith, I intend to be a leader in a new paradigm of wellness, to lock arms with other leaders who are ready to forge, not follow, into a new world for health, wealth, and exquisite self-care. Yes, yes, yes. And add in there, receiving, right? Receiving. It's like the giving and the receiving. And we'll move into this. I love that as an overarching intention. Freedom. Heather Lou, I've always been a healer of, you see the little of skin, and from the beginning, our healing comes from within. I want to help others understand that more deeply, to help others learn how to detox the body from external things, but also internal healing and creating community, spreading more of this beautiful space and grow more, both in community and health and wealth. Being a single mom, I want to show my daughter how we can always come back to community and we are never alone. Amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, 2 more, and then we'll move on. To bring joy, peace, ease, and freedom to my community. This is Brad, to up-level their mind, body, and spiritual journey and receive the same in health, wealth, and peace of mind, to anchor my highest heaven on earth, home with my community. Yes, 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 yes. You can feel the energy increasing on the call just by doing this exercise together. So let's see, one more. Okay, we've got AH. Who is that? Overall intention with Nava is to give people back their autonomy with their healing journey, to expand my professional influence, deepen my leadership skills, and connect with a community that supports my growth, both personally and in business. Angie, yes. Yes, Angie, awesome, love. I love it. Okay, we'll do one more. Michelle, my overall intention is to activate and be in my flow, sharing with how others and myself can take control of their own health and wellness, while receiving all the joys and generational wealth while connecting with others. So freaking good, you guys. And write those down, refine them, right? Just really be with the overarching intention, because this is everything. This is actually everything in your business. And now we're going to move into the second intention that we're going to work on today, which is your goal for the month of December, right? The overarching intention is beautiful, amazing, critical. It's everything. And now we have to set these microcosmic intentions of the macrocosm, right? So what is your intention for the month of December? Have you thought about that, right? Most people go about doing this business in any business in life in a very random way. And randomness gets you nowhere, right? It's an unconscious way of doing business. And so when we bring our consciousness and our awareness to what is the intention for the month, and I'm going to encourage you all to do focus on money here. This business, as any business in life, is such a huge opportunity for us to work through our deep money stories, our lack issues, our unworthiness to be able to receive money, right? Money is just an energy. Money's not good, bad, wrong, right? Money is just simply energy that fuels our life, that fuels our soul, that gives us the energy to be the shining lights that we are in the world. the change makers, the beacons of light. This is who we are, right? Money is just that. It's such a deep reprogramming that we all have to do around our worth in receiving, right? And so when we talk about money and when we actually set our intention around money and the actual number, we are actually loving money in a way. We're talking with money. Energy is responsive. And if money is simply energy, we can talk to it. We can have intention with it. When we set an intention around it, money actually likes that. It feels like we're paying attention to it. And money, I know this is going to sound funny, but it's almost like a lover. Money likes to be wooed. Money likes to be talked to. Money likes to be played with, right? Money likes to get attention. And so when we give that attention through our intention, guess what? We're opening ourselves to be more available to it. So my intention for the month of this December is to receive $5,000 or more from NABA. Boom, easy. So I'd love to for you to write in the chat, what is your intention around the month of December? It could be very simple. My intention is to receive $500. Remember, Austin did that great training. If 90% of the people here are going to be making $500 a month, let's coach our people to make $500 a month, right? How do we do that? We got to set the intention. So I encourage you to write in the chat, no shame, however big, however small, right? I don't even want to say small, whatever your number is. What is your intention? And I always encourage you to add or more. And just write that in the chat. My intention is to receive $5,000 or more. That's my intention. Doesn't have to be your intention. Amanda, yes, I would like to make. So I would love you to say my intention is instead of I would like to make. It's a different energy in words. So my intention is to receive 500 or more, $500 or more, and uncreating and destroying anything and everything that may be blocking that. Yes, beautiful. My intention is to receive 3,000 or more in the month of December. Yes, Heidi, awesome. And remember, you're writing it down. We're witnessing you, right? This is increasing the energy for your desire and your intention to actually be manifest. So Jerry says, my intention is to receive my first 1,000 or more by December 31st. Yes, Jenny. Awesome, Jenny. Brad, my intention is to receive 750 or more from NABA. And I love this, right? Because we want these goals and these intentions to be realistic, but also stretchy, right? It's like, and you may, after this training, because we're going to go over how to do it, you may stretch that goal, or you may actually say, you know what? I think my original intention is a bit too stretchy. We always want to think big, but we also want to be realistic with stretch, if that makes sense. So we've got Annette, my intention is to sell 10 or more Majas balancing points to earn $1,200 per week in the month of December. I love that. Amazing. My intention is to receive 1,000 or more from NABA in December. Yes. Receive 3333 or more. Yes, Rita. 888. Yes, Erica. 500 or more. Yes, Joanna. Amazing, 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 everybody. Okay, yes, Meredith received 5,000 in December with NABA and have more earners of 500 or more in my team, because that's how we do it, right? If we're going to receive $5,000 a month, we've got to have people on our team receiving 500 or more a month. Okay, amazing, amazing, amazing. Now, going into the third intention, and this is kind of it is an intention, and it's also something we're tracking, right? And it's like, okay, so we're intending to bring to us the amount of money that we're bringing to us. And actually, before I go into this third intention, I want to talk about the second piece that we've got to mix in, right, in order to bring this into reality. And this is the feeling state. right? So before we go into the how, which we will get to today, we've got to first have the clear intention, and then we've got to add in the feeling. And this is such a huge part. I mean, Napoleon Hill, again, Think and Grow Rich. It's one of my favorite wealth consciousness books. If you haven't read it, please read it. His whole chapter on the money mantra, he starts with, I choose to easily attract to me $5,000 or more through NABA by January 1st, 2026. I will do this by giving, right? By giving. And then I will do this by receiving, right? And then he goes into the purpose and all of that. Read that chapter. It will change your life if you do that money mantra. All my clients, all my patients, everyone I work with, I have them do this money mantra. I mean, this book is written in the early 19, like Money Genius, right? Because it's all about the energy. He knew about the energy. And he talks about auto-suggestion. Joe Dispenza talks about the electromagnetic signal, broadcasting your intention to create it into reality. So first, Napoleon Hill, auto-suggestion. He knew that when we repeat things to ourselves over and over, like this mantra, really what you've just created is an intention, but it's really a mantra, right? And you're saying that every day and you're focusing on that every day, whether it's out loud or silently, that's pushing, not pushing, but reprogramming your subconscious to actually believe it. And then when we mix in the feeling and the emotion, that even further allows the subconscious to believe it, which reorganizes the energy in your life. It reorganizes the action. It reorganizes really the unfolding of your life, who you're going to talk to, who you're going to connect with, the thoughts you're going to have, the actions you're going to take, right? And so Joe Dispenza as well, the electromagnetic signature, signaling out into the field, the quantum field. The electric part of electromagnetic is the intention, this clear intention that you've all just created and written down. The magnetic, which is what you're receiving back, right, is the feeling. So this is the magic, right? And it's not even magic. I mean, I love the word magic because it's very real. It's just using intention, using feeling to create your reality. That's all magic is, really. And so when you have the intention, which you all have just done, bravo, and then you mix it in with feeling, so you're holding the intention and you're getting into that good feeling state, that's when the signal goes out and it comes back in, right? That's your power that you have to actually shift your reality. And I want you all to get this because it is how we create success in our lives. So
Erin, could I add to that a little bit?
yes, please. And first I want to edify Meredith because I just want to also, just because I love and adore her, but I want you all to just notice how I edify her, because this is what we do in this business is we love on people so much and just really lift them up as we introduce them to people. So not only do I love Meredith because she is one of the most heartfelt, beautiful women that I've met in my life. She's a dear sister, a dear friend, but she's a leader, top leader in this industry. She's in the healing field of healing and quantum healing, visionary healing, and leadership activation for over 25 years. So she's a master of creating teams in a very conscious, loving, beautiful way. And her course with her beloved partner, Jules, is coming out soon within NABA, called Mind Alter, which is all about set and setting in the psilocybin experience. So happy to have you on, Meredith.
Yeah, so we learned to make each other cry. That's what that's all about. Like, thank you, Erin. So sweet. And I just want to say before I say anything that I had an incredible session with Dr. Erin just the other day on Zoom, and it just brought me back to myself. I've been having some back pain, and we are in a crazy cycle of closing out all the things that don't serve us right now. So if you're in like an uncomfortable space in your life, get with your sisters, get with someone who can help you just like cry it out, scream it out, shake it out. And Erin is amazing at that. So thank you for holding me up when I needed that the other day. So right back at you, sister. So what I wanted to bring into this process that Erin's bringing in with the electromagnetic, because we are electromagnetic beings. And for me, the way that I see that is like the electro energy is the cosmic energy. It's where we're thinking, it's what we're connecting to from above. And then the earth is the magnetic energy. So the more that we can connect to nature and like breathe with the trees and listen to the birds and be outside and just experience how the earth just naturally is this magnetic force. Like it's something that we will never not be connected to if we're in a body, right? We're never going to not be on the earth. That's the magnetic force, and our bodies carry that too. So we get to be a blend of the cosmic wisdom, the source of all that is, and then the finite magnetic energy of like, how do I hold that in this tiny little body that I'm in, right? So just getting into that feeling place, and we can do that so beautifully in meditation, but we can also do that in our coherence of our mind and our body. So just wanting to add that in, and I don't want to take up too much time because I know Erin's got so much more to share, and I'll be fluffing in as I feel called. So thank you.
Please, please do. I love that so much. And, Meredith and I are so aligned in our teachings and our philosophies and all of that. And so some of these concepts might be new to some people here, and that's okay. It's like it's great, right? This is the place to expand. This is the place to grow. So thank you, Meredith, for sharing that. So beautiful. So yeah, so I would love on that note for you all to write in the chat, how do you energize yourself and feel good? Feeling good is a choice. Feeling good is a self-responsibility, right? It's not like we wait for the things to happen and then we'll feel good. Oh, I'll make $5,000 in NABA and then I'll feel good. And then I'll feel excited. My job is to feel excited and good now. So write in the chat, how do you get yourself in state? Do you get yourself in state? Or is this a new practice for you? Annette says meditation, rebounder, outside walk, laughter, dance, meditation. New practice for me. I love this. Awesome, Stephanie. New practice for me. This honestly is probably a new practice for a lot of people, right? It's like this is so Jenny, energize myself every day, breath work, nature, gratitude. Yes, being with water, meditating, skiing, food, deep conversations. Yes, meditation, sauna blanket, yoga, getting outside, amazing, moving, connecting, hand on my heart, right? So I want to practice right now, just for a minute, because again, it's our job to get ourselves in state in every moment, right? It's like, so let's do this. I want you to all just close your eyes for just a moment. And I want you to hold the intention that you've just written in the chat, the intention that you've just created, and just hear yourself. My intention is to receive X amount from NABA this month. My intention is to receive X amount from NABA this month. And then I want you to get in state right now, whether that's putting a smile on your face, whether it's stretching your arms out, whether it's breathing fully and shaking your body, whether it's getting up and doing jumping jacks, right? How do you in this moment get yourself in a state of energy? It's so basic, but it's everything. This is your practicing sending out and broadcasting your electromagnetic signature into the quantum field. This is how we create, and this is how we receive. So we're going to spend just one more minute here. I do this every single day in meditation for at least 30 minutes. But let's take one more. Hold your intention while getting yourself in state. Breathing deeply, smiling, moving your body, maybe the hand on your heart, feeling the gratitude for this money coming into your life. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's a deep thing that we're doing here, right? It's again, it's actually everything. And this is the piece that people miss because they wake up and they're like, okay, I think I want to make money this month. How am I going to do that? Let me go call someone. Let me go do a thing. And that thing and that call will amount to nothing, most likely. And if it does, there won't be a whole lot of energy or juice around it. So please, my sweet people, our sweet people, do this every day. If not for 30 minutes, for 5 minutes, every single day. It's you practicing auto-suggestion. It's you practicing signaling out your intention to the field. This is the way we do it. This is the way that I got to 7 figures in this industry. This, what I'm teaching right here, it's the most important thing, in my opinion. So, okay, moving on to the how. After we do this is where comes the how. We don't start with the how. The how, starting with the how gets us nowhere. So now we move to the how, right? Meredith says consistent repetition with that. Yep, consistent repetition. So let's start with $500. For those of you who are intending, I intend to receive $500 or more from NABA this month, in the month of December. You can also put by December 31st, 2025. And Annette has her beautiful handy dandy whiteboard behind us because hopefully she'll show us this in visual. And okay, so 500, let's take the 500. So, and we're going to do this for affiliates and for customers because we're really focusing on MAJ, right? The metabolic activation journey, which if you haven't watched that recording with Dr. Christopher Shade, please watch it. It was extraordinary. And so we're just going to, for simplicity, we're going to focus on the MAJ and we're going to focus on an affiliate path and a customer path to get to 500 a month this month. So simply, if you are going to go the affiliate path, and remembering that affiliates, it's a beautiful thing to be an affiliate, right? Affiliates are not members. Members have to purchase a pack that comes with a NABA membership to be a member. That's really important. And remember, when you're focusing on customers, they might want to be an affiliate. Of course, we don't push anyone to do anything they don't want to do, but they might want to be an affiliate because not only do they have option to become a member and be part of this beautiful community where all the journeys are housed, but they also get 15% off their future products. And a lot of customers want that future discount. So it's important to really be thinking the big picture when you're dealing with customers versus affiliates. So, so affiliate channel and Annette, if we could see the whiteboard, and I'm going to introduce this beautiful woman here, Annette, who has just been working so hard behind the scenes for all of us here. Like her dedication and devotion to this team and this mission is pretty incredible. Like I just see her and everything she's doing for all of us all day, every day. She's one of the hardest workers I've ever met. She and I built Prime together. Our last company, she was a top earner in that company as well. She's one of the most organized people that I've met. She is fun. She is funny. She's a health coach. She's a beautiful mama. She wrote a book on explant. So Elevate, is it Elevate, Expand, and Explant? You can come off mute. And
It's Explant and Elevate. I wrote a book, so thank you, Erin.
Expand and Elevate. She's super passionate about the whole explanting thing and really helping women come back into their, their health and take their power back around all of that. So I just adore this woman so much. I've known her for a long, long time now, and she's become a dear sister friend. And she's the whiteboard goddess.
Erin, I think I want to share this because while we're giving out shout outs, what people don't see behind the scenes with Meredith, Erin, and I and Jules, the energy that it takes for all of us to work together, to come together in a conversation, to understand the energy that Erin has put into all of us and our team. Thank you, Erin, so much. And for also creating this safe place for all of us who want to work on intention, who want to work on this side. This is not my jam, you guys. I'm your whiteboard gal. I'm not the person that really goes into the intention and spiritual side. And I realize that, and Erin and Meredith have both taught me this, like, this is what I need. This is the force that I've had inside of me that has been the block. And so for those of you who are here with me as sort of newer people in the world, thank you for being here. And thank you, Erin, for keeping this space safe for all of us.
Absolutely.
All right. Can you guys, can you see the whiteboard is the question? Because I can bring it a little bit closer.
And I can
If we
speak
pin,
about it.
if we pin Annette, everybody, if you just go and click Annette's name and pin her, you'll be able to see it a lot clearer.
Yep.
Pin me, babies.
And
Okay.
then, yeah,
All right.
go through. I'd love you to go through the affiliate channel and then the customer channel to get to 500.
Okay. Well, we didn't do the customer. I just want to, what I did, I sent you this video. Sorry, Erin. I sent it beforehand, but I'll go through this. And then if we want to break down, I didn't do the customer on how to earn 500, but we can do the math, guys.
Yeah, no
It's
worries.
not that, it's not too difficult. So I just wanted to show there's a couple ways to earn here. There will be more in 2026, but right now this is where we're at. The first one is the customer commission. And this is like affiliate, basically. You bring in a customer. They don't land in your binary. They are a regular customer. You send them your link, naba.com/username, your username, and they just come in and they just purchase. And they just go through. They're not a member of NABA yet. We don't know. They might become one depending on their purchase. But again, you earn 20% on their first order, 15% on subsequent orders. That's kind of it. That's it for customers. The other option is if you want to beef up your paycheck, you can do the same thing. It's called an affiliate pro. And here you're going to get the same thing, the commission, 20% on the first order, 15% on the subsequent. But let's add in the team building and the binary. So I'm going to go over here. Now I want you guys to just kind of encompass this area right here. Whoops. All right. We're going to focus right here. If you were to sell a Maj, we're going to be able to multiply the math, guys. The Maj, right? The metabolic activation journey. It's $550. You're going to get 20% commission. That's $110 per journey. Just in this section right here. That's $120 per journey. But we're going to now add the binary. So I'm going to slow it down for a minute because I know this can feel overwhelming for a lot of people. But if you have your team building, you have a person on the left that you sold the Maj to, and a person on the right that you sold the Maj to. That's 444 points, 440 points on each side. When you get those points, what it is I want to be clear. This package right here, you're going to earn this commission, but that package is valued in points as well. So when we're going into here, you're looking at that 550, you're like, Annette, how did you get the 440 points? That's because this package, we get 80% in points. And I know that might sound confusing, but we just keep doing this over and over and it will set in. But that's where I got that 440. So in that 440, we call cashing out at 10%. And that's $44. Like 444 is like the angels calling. That's like one of my numbers. So all these fours is amazing. So that's how we got to the $44. Now, we're going to multiply this if you want to make more. Yes, and consistent repetition in the comp plan, duplication is how we earn and we multiply these numbers. So let's go over here. I took that $44 and I put it here plus I sold two of these Majas. This is real for me. And I made $220 in that commission. Remember that 20% first order. And then I earned $44 by balancing out the points. And you add those two together, and that's 264. Now, if you want to earn 500, just double that. Put two, add another person down here and another person down here, balance the points, you're going to earn more. I don't want to go too far into it, Erin.
That's perfect. That is absolutely.
Is that good?
Yep,
Okay.
that is absolutely perfect. Thank you so much, Annette. And I also just want to add to that. Look in your back office at your dashboard and those two, there's 4 squares for right points and right volume and left volume. And so she was just explaining how to do it if there's no volume on either side, but one side might have some volume. And so then if you're enrolling affiliates with the Maj, then you would put them on the other side to balance out those points. So if that makes sense. So we're constantly watching, and that's really the third intention that I said we would talk about. This is an intention that I actually hold every day, along with my overarching intention, along with my monthly goal intention. I hold the intention of balance. And I actually have an image that represents balance because the subconscious loves images. It loves repetition. It loves the thoughts. It loves the beliefs, right? The thoughts, the beliefs, the images, all that goodness drives it into the subconscious. Balance, right? That's a primary intention that I have in this whole game. Really, it's a game. It's fun. We're playing here. We're creating wealth. We're creating health. We're creating community, right? The intention of balance. So find an image that represents balance. Put it on your altar or put it somewhere where you can see it. Write your intention out. Put that on your altar or put that somewhere where you can see it. All of your intentions, overarching monthly intention and the intention for balance, right? That's really, really important here. And as we close up, I'm going to bring Meredith on again. Yeah, Meredith said, yes, visuals are a great tool for our mind. That's why we write our intention down and read it out loud every day. So my challenge is for the next 30 days, our challenge, write out your intention, get in the energy state. And when you're in the energy state, read your intention out loud. Get a buddy, right? Get a buddy and say, hey, I'm gonna audio message you every day with my intention. So that buddy can witness your intention. Because remember, when we witness, when an intention is witnessed, something different happens in the field. So that's our challenge to you. I don't like the word challenge, our inspiration to you. And I'd love to bring on to close. We'll bring on Meredith again because Meredith has created something really beautiful for the beginning of the new year, which I wrote down what you call it. The high impact activation container. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yep. And so it's a 6-week training really that, she's invited us into and that us as a leadership team are going to be sharing with all of you. And Meredith, I'm going to bring you on to just talk about this and the energy behind it, what people can expect, how people become a part of this container. And yeah.
Yeah, and this call is kind of like we want to get some feedback from you guys because Erin and I have like 2 different types of ideas of how we feel like we want to show up for that, but we really want to know what you want.
Mhm.
So the way that I've been feeling into as I've been talking to some people on the team is that we have 3 calls a week on Zoom. And I don't want to add to that, right? I don't want to make people feel like they have to come to another Zoom call. So I've already created it and I'll drop it in the chat. It's a private group inside WhatsApp that we can get into together. Only those who really want to create the momentum. So there's no shade for you if you're not feeling like you want to do this, but if you do, we want to have a really private container to hold that space so that we can talk about the things that we're working on together and we can cheer each other on and we can lift each other up and we can brainstorm about different things together. And again, we don't want to, like clutter up the other main announcement area in our WhatsApp, right? For just putting out, regular announcements on the daily like we have been doing. So I just wanted to create that little safe container so where we can just get really messy and loud and crazy and do all the things that we need to do to lift each other up and get there. And trust me, it'll be fun too. So if you want in on that space, just put in the chat like yes, yes, yes. And also, I feel like there's space because in that little chat area, we can post videos, we can do talking, we can do all the things, right? Even more than what we could do on a Zoom, and it can be at your own pace, right? So maybe there is a space for us to get on a call every so often if we feel like that's good. I just feel like we want to like be a hive mind and we want to move together with this energy and I'm not the kind of leader who's just like here's what we're going to do. I want to know what's going to work for all of us so that we can all have the highest and best outcomes because we're all creating in different spaces, but we all have this same vehicle to create within it. So if we can master it together, that's really the goal here. And so just let us know, like, and I love that, Brad, relational leadership. And so if we can just get into that place where we're just like moving and grooving and in a way that works for all of us, like that's really what lights me up because I want to feel you. I want to feel us all together like moving and in our almost like synchronistic swimmers, right? Where we're in the group together. Oh, I'm looking at the chat. It's blowing up. Yay. Okay, cool. So I'm feeling some yeses. So I'm going to put that in the chat where that's forming and we're just going to keep staying connected in there. I feel like right now it's just gathering the people who want this and then we are going to like collectively inform each other like how we're going to do it and when we're going to start. I feel like it's like collecting energy to get ready and set our intentions for 2026 so that we can like blast off with a fabulous plan for ourselves and really get some traction for the new year. Does that sound good?
Yeah, so good. Yeah, and and it's funny because Meredith was like, well, maybe we'll do WhatsApp. And my jam is I love doing the calls. Like I love doing the Zooms. And so I would vote for a weekly Zoom. And we
I
want to,
know you want that,
I
Erin. I
know.
know. And
And
I will show up if that's what we want. I just don't want it to have to be that if that's not what we
totally.
want. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And it's like we want what you guys want. Like we want it to feel, just like such a yes for all of you.
Okay, so I'm just grabbing that accountability group right now so I can pop it in there and you guys can jump in as you wish. Okay. For some reason I can't find it in the moment, but
Awesome.
it's
Okay, so
coming.
Mara, what she's doing is she's posting in a link that then Mara people will click on the link to get into the group.
That's right.
Amazing. And can they do this from the recording as well? Probably not.
No, because
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's not a way. There's
So
not a way
what
to
we'll
save
do
the
is
chat.
Meredith has already posted it in her group. I'll post it in my group. Annette will post it in her group, the link. So if you're watching the recording, go into our respective WhatsApp groups and find the link and you can
Yes,
join that way.
beautiful. Yes, and it is just called the accountability group, and it has a. Let me find the Zoom again because I grabbed it. Here's my chat. Here we go. It has a flying cardinal. So you'll know, like, as the thumbnail.
Awesome.
Because that's how I see it. We're all going to like soar together and like reach the heights that we want to reach. And this is a community business, so what better way to than to like do it together and really get on the same page.
Yeah.
And I'm just so excited for that. I'm really here for that.
Isn't Meredith's energy amazing? I love it. Thank you. See, so good. So good. Okay, so thank you for that, Meredith. This is going to be really exciting. And this is for those of you that are saying yes to this in a different way, right? Because what I know about this industry and creating success in this industry in a big way, it takes something, right? It takes something. It takes focus, it takes attention, it takes intention, it takes showing up in a bigger way. So if that's you and you want to be part of this group, come and be with us, and let's create so much magic and freedom and energy and health and wealth for others and for ourselves. Awesome. So let's open it up for Q&A. I promised there'd be a portion for that, and really want to support you all while we're here to get your questions answered. So you can either do that by unmuting, which I love because I love to hear your voice. I love to see your face. We do so much in chats and phones that it's just so sweet to be together here where we can actually see and hear each other. So if you have a question and you're not in a space to come off mute, just write it in the chat, and we are here to support you.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So, with the two different pathways, you've got like the affiliate path or the customer path. Now that we are rolling and we have some structure to our team, what would your recommendation be on how to approach someone? Obviously, you can give them the option. It's beneficial for us to place people because I know in the beginning days of Naba, which is only like a month ago, like we were mindful of the timing and the positioning of having an account because of the timing of this. But now that we are somewhat rolling with it, I'm just curious to know like what your thoughts would be on how to best approach someone with the two different options and what would be good for them or what would be good for us too.
Yeah, that's a great question, Brad, and that's one that we're all really talking about, because we never want someone to feel uncomfortable, like we're pushing them into something that's not a true, authentic yes for them. So the first thing is really being present enough and listening to them around what they're really wanting, right? So that's number one. And I think number two is also offering up both options very clearly for them without an energy of push, but like, here's the customer pathway. Come in, purchase it, purchase this journey from me. You get 3 months in the community. It's a beautiful, beautiful way to go, right? Or here's the affiliate option. If you become an affiliate, then, you can, this takes a little bit more finesse, but when they become an affiliate, they can become a member of NABA and they can get discounts on future products, right? So really hearing first, would they maybe be interested in building a team? Or is that just a no? Are they just about products? That's, I think, the first thing to determine. And if they're solely about products, they still might want to become an affiliate, right? Because then they can actually get the discount if they're a member. Plus they get all the courses. Plus they get the community. Plus they get the ability to network within the NABA community group that acts like Facebook, right? There's so much goodness in that NABA community that it's really our job to help share that with people, even if they just want to be a customer and never build a team. Right. And then if there's like a little, ooh, like maybe I want to build a team. What does that mean? How does that work? Right. Really kind of being present with them to go through what that could look like for them as far as team building.
I would love to answer too, Brad.
I was
Just
going to say
from
Meredith, chime in and
yeah, and then Annette, maybe you could
yeah.
tell us your point of view on this because we're all in the same boat. Like NABA is such a universe. There are so many little layers that you can focus on with your person, and it's different for each person because somebody might be really more community oriented and we can highlight that and then we say, "Hey, let's get you started with a journey because you can get, 3 months free to check it out. It's like a trial period." I think that's the best way to go for like anybody who's interested in the community part, right? A journey, because it's like, let's find the journey that fits you. And, like that's the easiest way to go, right? And we have such really cool journeys, and they're only going to be more and more and more, right? So that first and foremost, if we're dropping into the person and finding community is what they're looking for, and they have a specific health goal. It could be cognition, it could be, the MAJ, like, weight management. We know we have cool stuff. But talking to them about, like, how do you feel about sharing something that you love? And just having that conversation and just no pressure. I just want to know how that lands for you. Do you ever do that? Do you ever share with people things that you love and that are working for you? And so it's just having those kinds of conversations and sussing out what kind of a person they are. And then, like if it's somebody who is entrepreneurial already and that they're in the health and wellness field already, you kind of already know like who you're talking to, and you can just share the excitement of being a pioneer in this new kind of amazing realm, which we talk about it being a new paradigm of wellness. And we don't have to be an expert. I love telling people that you don't have to be the expert because we're bringing you into a community that's going to do all the education for you. And it's brilliant education. And then there's people who are very well informed who can also help you out in the community. So I just love having little conversations, sussing out. And I do believe that eventually, if someone just joins as a customer or, wants to upgrade into an affiliate, they can do that at some point as well. So it's really just about listening to and knowing we don't want to share the entire universe of NABA with one breath all at once. We just are going to try to read the person that we're talking to and see what's going to fit this first step for them, their next best step, and then their next best step. The thing that I think we really need to realize is that in this business, the coming into the community is the first transaction, and there's going to be more interactions with that, right? So it's not the end, like where you're selling a piece of art, right? And they take their piece of art and they walk away, and that transaction is like, okay, bye, have a nice life. Right? This is an ongoing touch in. What's your next best step? What's your next best step? What's your next best step? And like giving them like the preview of what's possible if you're a member, because they might just say, "Hey, I want to be an affiliate," and not become a member. But you want to show them the benefits of why. The membership is how they are going to really maximize their affiliate side. So there's just a lot of different ways, and it's just listening to your person and finding the next logical step for them. And it might be to have an experience with the products first, and they just want that because they can't share anything until they've tried it themselves. I know so many people like me are like that. So I hope that's helpful, Brad.
Yeah, I love that. And I'll add in with that, and I want to hear if Annette has anything to add, but I want to add into that that's also part of intention, right? It's like, what is our intention around who we're attracting? Um, so I know my intention, I definitely want to serve as many customers as I can. And my intention is to be attracting affiliate pros and people that catch this vision and really want to lock arms with me and build this company with me, right? It's such a strong burning desire that I have. And so it's really looking at that piece too. What is your intention around customers and affiliates? What's your channel? Do you know your channel? How are you intending to move in it? And Annette, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
No, I
was going, no, it's okay. I loved both of you guys' answers combined. Great question, Brett. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Brad. Who else has a question? That's such a great question that we're all kind of finding our way with right now.
Yeah, I'll just add that I'm still in that energy, Brad, that you mentioned of like using the positioning as a selling point for someone to say yes to this because it is true. We're still at the very beginning, right? Austin reminds us on every single call that we're still at the beginning of something and we don't know, we have no concept of what this is going to be in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years. It's just in its infancy right now, and that is really cool. So I'm looking for the people who can hang with that, right? Because our systems are still, they're still coming online.
Mhm.
I'll share one little story. I met with a friend of mine last week, and I was telling Meredith this earlier, is that great guy. I love him. And at the very end of the conversation, he said, Brad, what do you need? And what do you need? And I walked away from that, and then I texted him later. And it was a great question because it comes down to what you're talking about, Aaron, of just being specific in our intention with our language. And in responding to him, it gave me an opportunity to really highlight like the things that are important to me. So I grabbed some of the language from the PDF and the compensation plan that was put together, and as well as just kind of minding my own inventory of language and what I'm creating. And I feel like that's really just on the heels of this conversation of like being clear as to what we actually want and desire, that will actually make its way out in our language so that when we're talking to someone and we're positioning the two different things, we've really worked this out. We've rehearsed it. We've talked about it. And then without holding like an attachment to what people say, we know what we're saying at least, and then give them the opportunity to say what they want to say with the freedom.
Love that so much. Yes, yes, and yes. Good. Well, unless there's any other burning questions, going once, going twice. Okay, let's close this call by putting in the chat and 100% if you are committed to working on your intention, holding your intention, and getting in state for the next 30 days for at least 5 minutes a day and letting that inform your action. I want to see who's committed here because you know what the beautiful thing is that I will end with is that when you hold the intention and you add the emotion and the feeling good frequency, your intention actually turns into a choice and a decision. And that is when you can move the universe. That is when things really start to get fun, when you step into your power and you make a choice. And your intention becomes a decision. That is when your whole entire life will reorganize and change. So thank you all so much for being here. Love and appreciate you all. Thank you for your presence. Thank you, Meredith. Thank you, Annette. Yeah, so good to be with you all today. And this will be recorded. We'll put it up in our groups and join the group. Let's get on board for that activation container starting in the new year.
Thank
Lots
you,
of
Erin. We
so
love you.
bye.